What's going on, guys? World Legends TV here, back with a video. First video done in a long time. I know it's been a while, but look, we've had a lot going on with work. The weather's been bad for hunting and everything. We've had hot, cold, rainy. Rainy recently. We stayed hot. We were in the 70s, close to 80s some days. Deer weren't moving. I ain't see shit for bear this year. Upsetting, but we've got one doe down. Haven't seen very many bucks. We've seen a few good bucks, but we've kind of been holding out, hoping to see something. But we're gonna try to get some hunting videos up if we see anything good. Hunting videos are kind of tough. Not very many people watch those, and I don't know if I want to dedicate this channel to hunting or anything like that. We might do like a Rural Legends Outdoors or something later on down the road. But anyway, I digress. As you tell by the title of this video, we're talking about NC gun laws and how NC may be following in the footsteps of some other enemy-held states. So a little bit of background for those who don't know about North Carolina laws. Maybe you're new to guns in North Carolina. Maybe you're not even in North Carolina. Doesn't really matter. Wherever y'all are watching, this is stuff that y'all can kind of have to think of because this is stuff that might be coming to y'all. So North Carolina, we've been pretty good with gun rights. We've been a pretty two-way friendly state. We've got a CCW that allows you to carry in a lot of places. There are only a handful of places that you cannot carry. Additionally, we have open carry. You can open carry a pistol. In a lot of places, there's more restrictions on open carry, but you can open carry in the state of North Carolina. You can also open carry rifles and shotguns in North Carolina, but it's a gray area. A lot of times, officers will tell you that they can allow it, but if you get a lot of calls on you, they may be able to arrest you or write you a ticket. I don't know if it's arrest or write you a ticket for a charge called going armed to the terror of the public. Sounds like a bullshit charge to me, but I'm not a lawyer. It's not legal advice, and I don't understand. I don't the laws and shit like that. I don't, whatever. Some politician thought it was a good idea, so armed to the terror of the public is a charge in North Carolina, but you typically got to be armed to the teeth, looking like you're, loaded to bear, ready to go. But anyway, we've typically been a pretty good state for gun owners, carrying guns, owning guns, stuff like that. Recently, we have a Republican-held Senate, and we tried to get through a bill that would remove the permit to purchase pistols in North Carolina. So to purchase a gun in North Carolina, if it's a long gun, i.e. shotgun or rifle, you don't need a permit. You just need to pass a background check, fill out the 4473 federal background check. They run you through the NICS system. Everything comes back good. You walk out the door with your new rifle or shotgun. If it is a pistol, you have to go to your sheriff's office and obtain a pistol purchase permit. Now, I think they're like $5. They're good for 5 years. You can get as many of them as you want or something like that. I don't know. There might be a limit like 5 a week or 5 a day or something like that. I don't know. But those permits are good for 5 years. So you go, you pay the little fee, and you get your pistol purchase permit. Then you can go buy your pistol. If you have a CCW, you don't have to go get your pistol purchase permit because your CCW is the statement by the government saying that you've done the training, you've gotten, an exemplary amount of training, and you know the laws, and you can, you don't need that permit to obtain a pistol. So you can walk into any store that sells guns, slap your card on the your concealed carry card on the counter, say I want that pistol right there. They'll write you up, send you out the door after they run the background check and everything, because they still do run when they run the 4473. So that card is the background check. It's everything there. So you fill out the 4473, all the necessary forms that run you through, log you in, take your money, and get you on out the door. It's very nice. You're still going through all the necessary checks and balances and the systems and everything, but it does make it a lot easier than having to go and get a purchase permit every time. We try to do away with that, but our Democrat governor vetoed that bill. So he vetoed that bill. And shortly after he vetoed that bill, some Democrats from Democrat-held cities and counties, Wake County, Durham County, those liberal cesspools that make up North Carolina. You've got Charlotte, Mecklenburg, you've got Durham, you've got Wake. Those and Asheville, but Asheville's a little bit smaller. Asheville is just, that damn place smells like IPAs and BO. That damn place cesspool for its own reasons. But anyway, there are a bunch of liberals up there too. Beautiful country up there, but they're a bunch of fucking liberals. Anyway, digress. Get off on a tangent again. Anyway, so in recent months, I believe this was back like September, October sometime, and I haven't had an update on this, but I wanted to get this out to you for folks in North Carolina. We had Marcia Moray of Durham County. She introduced it, HB 525. And we had Julie Von Hyphen, I assume that's how you say it, Hyphen, of Wake County. She introduced HB 623. So what are those? All right. HB 525 is a red flag law. Plain and simple, red flag law. Moray even says it is. She says it's time that we join the 20 other states and get those red flag laws to protect the people. Because we had, 500 some shootings last year in a state that has, 13 million people or something like that. A shit ton of people, very few shootings. But hey, red flag laws, man. Anyway, we ain't going to get any red flag laws. They've been an ass load of videos about red flag laws. Hell no to the red flag laws. All right. With the HB 623, old Von Hyphen from Wake County, this is a permit to purchase anything. So she wants to make it to where in order to buy a long gun in North Carolina, you got to go get a permit for it again. So it's not just the pistols no more. It's for long guns, because these yahoos claim that there's so many loopholes in these federal laws and even these state laws, Oh, there's loopholes for buying guns and, loopholes for background checks, and you don't have to get a background check and blah, blah, blah. We need these permits to keep guns out of the hands of bad people. I got to tell you, I've talked with a lot of people who run gun stores, a lot of people who sell guns, both private and public, industry, stuff like that. When these people say that these criminals are getting guns from gun stores and stuff like that, they're out of their minds. I've had people tell me that in 20 years of selling guns, they've had one person who was a prohibited possessor come in to try to buy a gun. And you know what happened to them? They instantly were flagged and they got arrested for attempting to buy a gun. So no, the guns are not coming from stores. This shit won't help stop any shootings, nothing like that. Only thing this is going to do is make it hard for law-abiding citizens to keep their guns. But we all know that. We're part of the 2A community. We know this shit. We know what's going to happen. These people don't. We've got Becky Serratos, however you say her name, I don't really care. She's the executive director or something like that for North Carolinians Against Gun Violence. She blew me away in this article. I was laughing. She was talking about how all these people have been shot, and it's really scary how there's these loopholes. And she went in to talk about these loopholes, and she was like, if you're a prohibited possessor, if you're somebody who's committed domestic violence, or in my experience, a minor who is just experiencing a mental health episode, you don't have to go to a gun store to buy a gun. You can go to a gun show or go online and buy a gun with no background check. I'm sitting here like, lady, please, I would love to go to a gun show or go online and not have to jump through hoops to buy a gun, to buy something that's protected by the Second Amendment. Where are you finding these gun shows? Where are you finding these websites? Tell me where I can get a gun without a background check. Because seriously, I have never in my life been somewhere where I could get a gun without a background check. I mean, everywhere you go, you're going to fill out the forms. You go to a gun show, you stop into those tables, and we're not talking about private sales. Private sales we're not talking about that. These don't even apply to private sales, okay? These are talking about citizens getting them through the main channels, all right? Private sales don't matter. If I go up to a buddy, he's got a rifle that I want, and I give you $600 for it, something like that. That don't matter. We're not talking about that. Even though that's how I would say probably less than 1% of the guns out there are being sold that way. I don't want to know what the numbers on that are. I would truly guess that's maybe less than 1%. Or maybe 1%. I don't know. If y'all know the answer to that, please put that in the comments. How many guns are sold without a background check done? Private market, person to person. Please let me know that. And even then, you're still eligible, or you're still liable for, if you sell a gun to a criminal, you're liable if you didn't do your due diligence and check in to make sure, oh, does this guy seem sketchy? Do you have his name? Do you have his license? Did he have a concealed carry permit? Did he have a pistol purchase permit? Stuff like that. North Carolina, if I sell a pistol to somebody and I don't get a copy of their CCW or a copy of their pistol purchase permit, buddy, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. You have to have those in North Carolina. Now, does that always happen? No, but a lot of times the person who's buying a gun is probably a family member, that kind of thing. If I'm selling to a family member, I'm going to follow the laws. Yep. If I'm selling to a stranger, I'm going to follow the laws. Just follow the laws, kids. But anyway, we've got these people in Congress in the state of North Carolina who are feeding off of the national government. They see all this crap going on in Congress with the president and folks like Pelosi and all these yin-yangs out there who are pushing for, the complete revocation of the Second Amendment. They're trying to do that in North Carolina. They figure if you start small and you get it in the states, if you get every state like California, you get every state like New York, it'll be a lot easier to do it nationwide. But anyway, I digress. Guys, if you're in North Carolina, keep an eye on this. HB 525, the red flag laws, and HB 623, the permit to buy long guns. Keep an eye on it. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I mean, it's definitely something we need to be aware of. It's something that we need to keep in mind. I don't got a good feeling about it. I don't got a good feeling that nothing, I feel pretty confident that nothing's going to come of it, but you never know. I mean, strange things happen. I'd rather not turn into California or New York or, New Jersey, those other hellhole states where you can't exercise your Second Amendment rights. But anyway, I digress. Keep an eye on it, guys. If I hear any updates on it, I'll be sure to post an update on it. But until then, guys, I really appreciate y'all watching. Stay armed, stay safe, keep your heads on a swivel. Other than doom, Metawonk, y'all be good. We'll see you in the next one.